What is up, you guys? We are back with another unboxing, and we have the B162 Superking all-in-one battle set. So let's get to it. Just look at how aggressive Super Hyperion is. The Beyblade Burst B162 all-in-one Superking battle set. I'm absolutely thrilled about this battle set. This battle set comes with two epic beys. You got your Helios and you got your Hyperion, as well as an epic standard type stadium. So let's flip this over. Let's just check out the stats and let's see what's in this box. Now this box is just massive. Man, you can barely get it on the camera. That's how big this box is. But going over what comes in this box, we do have your Super Hyperion over here, and we have your King Helios. Now I'm just absolutely thrilled about these two beys. Hyperion and Helios are by far two of my all-time favorite beys. So going over them with your Super Hyperion has your Hyperion chip and the blade, the Super Blade, and it also has your 1A or your 1 attack chassis, as well as the Exceed driver. Now Exceed, I heard, was very good, and I'm excited to put that to the test. And I definitely want to compare this Super Hyperion with the Super Hyperion MR that came out with the BU. Now also we have King Helios. Now King Helios has the King Blade, as well as the 1B or your 1 balance chassis, as well as the Zone driver. So both of these beys are just absolutely epic, and I do love them. So on top of that, it does come with a light launcher from Takara Tomy for each of them. You got your left and you got your right. So let's unbox this bad boy and let's take everything out and let's get everything set up. Alright, and there we go. We got everything out of the box. We got our new standard type stadium right here. Right away, just this clear stadium. I am digging the clear stadiums. I just love being able to see through it. It just looks absolutely awesome. So the standard type stadiums are just absolutely epic. I do love the standard type stadiums. Now in comparison with that of the DB stadiums, your standard type stadiums seem to be a lot more beneficial towards your attack type beys. Whereas when you're using your DB stadiums, the inside ring does seem to nerf out your attack type beys a lot, getting them up on that top tier where they lose all their power, and meanwhile amplifying the power of your defense and your stamina type beys. So I am glad to have another standard type stadium to replace the one that went missing. So I'm very excited about that. And then over here, we do have our beys and their launchers. So let's set our standard type stadium aside and let's talk about the beys. All right, and here are our epic beys. So we have our Super Hyperion, we have our King Helios. And I do love the light launchers, how they correlate the colors with the launchers with that of the beys. So you got your red, your right for your Hyperion, and you have your blue for your King Helios, obviously. Beys just look absolutely sick, so let's just go over their parts real quick. So like always that I have noticed with the Superking series and your Sparking series, your energy layers are just absolutely light. Very, very light in comparison to anything else. But this is the Super Hyperion. Here's your Super Hyperion chip as well as your blade. Now I do love this design in comparison with the Super Hyperion MR. So this one does look a lot more original, looks a lot more epic in my opinion in comparison to the MR version that came out with the BU. And the bulk of the Superking beys, your chassis. Now this is your 1A attack chassis. This thing just looks absolutely deadly. And this is where, once more, all the weight, when it comes to your Superking beys, this is where all the weight sits. It's going to be on your chassis. So I'm excited to get that and compare it to a lot of the other Superking beys, especially the attack types, such as Brave Valtryek and some of the others. So this is exciting. And now we have our Exceed driver. So it does have a rubber tip on there as well as a free spinning mode. But I definitely want to compare this to the Explosion driver. And now we have our King Helios. The King layer I just absolutely love. And when they came out with the BU version, those MR versions, I was actually very disappointed in the King Helios layer, because I do love this layer. You can easily tell the difference between Hyperion and Helios when it comes to this, aside from the color scheme. So I do appreciate that a lot when it comes to your original King Helios. So these are just epic. I love this layer, absolutely. It is a dangerous and very powerful layer for sure. And here is your 1B chassis. 1B chassis just looks absolutely awesome. I just love that deep blue color it has to go with the color scheme of Helios. And here is your Zone driver. Now your Zone driver, I have heard, mostly just kicks it in the center, primarily as a stamina type bey rather than a balance type bey. Now I definitely want to compare your Zone driver to the new Zeal driver that came out with the MR. But overall, the drivers in comparison with the MR versions, the drivers do seem very similar. It just seems that the Zeal driver and the Explosion driver just seems to be more of an upgrade and an evolution of the Zone driver and the Exceed driver. So I say let's piece them together, and then let's give them a good test spin in the new standard type stadium, and then let's also battle them up against some of the other Superking beys. And here you guys go, fully assembled Super Hyperion and King Helios. I just absolutely love these just right out the gate. And obviously I will put on the stickers a bit later. But just looking at these are just epic. I do love these. I do love the similarities, yet at the same time the distinct differences between these two beys. Alright, I say let's waste no more time. Let's get that new stadium out and let's test spin them. Alright, the stadium is up. Let's test spin Super Hyperion first. Just the absolute speed of Super Hyperion. Just absolutely amazing. Now I do remember in the anime when Hyperion first showed up, just how absolutely fast and powerful he was. Now let's test out your King Helios. There we go. Now that Zone driver does seem to move a bit more than the Zeal driver. But there it goes. It does kick in the center. But just look at that. Alright, so let's battle King Helios and Super Hyperion together first. Just look at how aggressive Super Hyperion is. That is what I like to see when it comes to an attack type bey. Now as for a balance type bey, I am still a bit disappointed in King Helios for sure. But there they go, just like in the anime, a continuous draw. Let's try those guys one more time. It's a powerful hit. Super Hyperion, I'm telling you. That is the bey to watch out for in general. Alright, now it's just Super Hyperion and Tempest Dragon. Just the absolute speed of Super Hyperion. Now I am noticing that Super Hyperion and King Helios both are actually very light in comparison to the other Superking beys. Just like that, Tempest Dragon does take that victory. Now Super Hyperion and Brave Valtryek. That was just absolutely insane. That was probably the fastest double ring out I have ever seen. Let's try those two one more time. Just all about who is faster, and I do believe that Super Hyperion was a lot faster than Brave Valtryek. And there it is, Super Hyperion. Now let's try World Spriggan up against your King Helios. Now that Zone Driver definitely does have great feet when it comes to keeping itself balanced and keeping itself in the ring. But is it enough to take out World Spriggan? And just like that, King Helios does outlast World Spriggan. Now King Helios up against Lucifer the End. There we go with that drift driver, Lucifer the End. Now this is a full-on stamina battle between these two to see if that drift driver can outlast that of the zone driver. And there it is, still that drift driver still outlasts that of the zone driver. And there you guys go, from Takara Tomy, the B162 Superking battle set. Now overall, absolutely amazing. Now I do love these beys. In comparison to the other Sparking beys, they are a lot lighter it seems. Now your Super Hyperion is just an absolute monster of a bey. Now this bey flies around that stadium. So it's just epic to see just how fast that Super Hyperion goes. And I am definitely looking forward to throwing him in an epic battle up against Super Hyperion MR to test out who is actually better. Now as for your King Helios still is just one of my favorite beys in general. Now I do love the layer, I do love the design of King Helios, and that zone driver is actually pretty epic and does have a pretty good afterlife for sure. Now let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about Super Hyperion and King Helios. Which of these two beys is your favorite? Now if you have not done so already, do be sure that you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share it with your friends to help show support for this channel. And like always, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.